Hey guys, welcome back to Tea Time. I'm your host Jalen, and I'm here with AJ. We're
Hello,
back. Hey guys, AJ, how are you doing today?
I'm doing all right.
Yeah, mute. This thing. That's good. What's today? Tuesday. It's Tuesday, guys, September 28th. So that means how long have you been 21 now? You've been 21 for like a week?
Uh,
2 weeks, actually.
almost 2 weeks. Yeah.
Did you ever celebrate? I just wanted to bring that back up.
Not really, no.
And then celebrate. Oh, come on, AJ.
No, my tests are all done finally though. So
Oh yeah, how is school going for you? I mean, we're kind of in the midpoint of the semester, like midterms are coming soon. So what about how are you feeling about your classes?
they're feeling all right. The class that I think my proofs class, I thought it was going to be the hardest class I take. Actually, super easy. The hardest class is becoming differential equations.
These names, man,
It's
I don't
like,
even know what to call.
yeah,
I'm sorry,
it's
like
so
like
it just like kicks off because today he's like, all right, so today we're going to be learning about Laplace transformations. And I'm like, what? And he's like, first thing we're going to do is integration by parts. I'm like, this is like Calc 2 stuff. What happened to the algebra stuff? Where did we skip the whole calculus
that was
section?
that sounded like gibberish to me right there. But you just said I was like, it's not even.
Yeah, and you know what? I felt the same way, and I'm in those classes. It's so
Hey, you decided to be this major. I thought you were gonna be a computer science major, but you just shocked the world and said, "I'm going math."
yeah. I was like, you know what? Let's make this harder.
Let's make it fun. Oh man, I wish I can think of this. I don't know. I thought I saw something on the internet about something with people who tend to study certain things they just do for fun. Like they can go to school just for fun of it, just like to learn new stuff. You think you're gonna do that? You think you're gonna go back to school, just get another degree, to get another degree, or you think you're gonna be done after 4 years?
No, I'm getting a PhD.
Oh, okay. I think we had talked about this before. Oh my gosh,
Yeah,
you're
because
gonna be
I want
cool.
that title.
You just want that doctorate title? Is that what it is? Even though,
Yeah,
okay, that is a
because
PhD. I thought it was a
like
doctorate.
that would be my full name would be Dr. Aurelio Pando the third.
The third, man. I can't even say your name. I could only one attempt. I'm not even gonna. I'm just gonna call you Dr. J.
Yeah,
Dr.
well, since I can't get knighted, which is that broke my heart when I figured that
You can't
out
get
in middle
knighted.
school.
Where
Yeah,
did
I
you
can't
figure
get
that out?
Americans can't get knighted.
That's lame. I'm telling you, that's America. We're so lame.
Yeah, it's just if only we had kings and queens.
We're lame for real. I was just before we even started this. I was watching The Amazing Race on. I
Hmm.
remember you mentioned that you have never seen it, so I'm gonna give a brief like synopsis. Look at me using big words. I don't even think that's the right word to use, but was that a good word to use?
Yeah,
Synopsis.
synopsis.
I feel like I've heard that word, but I don't know where I got it from. Look at me. Word of the day, guys. Synopsis. Oh, I don't even know what it means. What does it mean, AJ? I don't know what it means.
It's like summary.
Oh, I wait. You know, I know this because every time I had to do like a English assignment, I would always look up the summary of the book, and it always would say
Hmm.
synopsis on the top. So I guess it's just thank you, Google, because Google's teaching me more than schoolers.
Thank you, Google.
Anyways, so Amazing Race is pretty much they have about like 12 teams. Typically, I think 11 or 12 teams of two, and you travel around the world doing different kinds of clues, types of physical and mental type of challenges. There's
Hmm.
detours, roadblocks, and even things called fast forwards. So a roadblock, only one person of the team has to do it, and you have to reverse each time you do it. Like you can't do like all the roadblocks. You have to let each one of your partners go back and forth to do it. The detours you can do together, and then the fast forwards you can do together. So for like example, in this season, I'm watching season 20, which fun fact, Big Brother.
20?
Yeah, there's 32 seasons. They've been running since 2001. Since I've been born, they've been on
Wow.
the show. And they are still going. I think they shot the 2020 season, but they canceled the 33rd season because of obviously COVID and everything. They're trying to get
Hmm.
everyone to get the vaccine and stuff, obviously. So
Yeah, yeah.
because they're going across the country, like every episode, they're in a new country. So of
Oh,
course,
wow.
each country is different with COVID. So I mean, I bet you if you travel to Japan, like that's kind of like probably where the hotspot is. So probably not the greatest idea to go to Japan during this stakes right now. But in this season, I'm watching they went to Japan, and so Was it Japan? No, it was in. Okay, so let me backtrack. So in India, they were in India, right? And one of the fast forwards was you had to shave your head. And mind you, you can win $1 million for this race. $1 million. Would you shave your head for $1 million? Because this is the thing is
Yeah, I'd do it for $30.
30.
No, I'm
Whoa,
just-
a little cheap right there. Not me, not 30 bucks.
No,
You're a
but
dude.
it's $1 million. It is
A-
$1 million.
You're a dude. It makes sense. I mean, that's why so like for the fast forward takes you straight to the pit stop because there's a pit stop at the very end of each leg. And there's a chance you may get eliminated or you might not. If you don't get eliminated, if it's a non-eliminated leg, you have to do a speed bump, which kind of backtracks your time. But a fast forward propels you straight to the pit stop. And there's about 11 legs in the whole show. And you just have to just maintain don't get last place pretty much. But the fast forward, that's what I'm saying. I think for me, a fast forward can be tricky because what happens if you're in last place? Like, for example, one of the guys they were in last place and they're like, okay, we're going to do the fast forward. They shaved their heads and then they end up staying last place because all the teams were so far ahead of them. But they were two dudes, so it wasn't that big of a deal. Like, the dude's like, okay, like, shave my head. Like, that's easy. But obviously, they had a team where the girl and the guy was doing it, and the girl didn't want to shave her head because she paid $500 apparently for her hair. And I was like, that's ridiculous, buy a wig. I would shave my head if I was like in first place and this fast forward popped up. Like, I would do it because in season 7 there was a couple that had to shave their head for a fast forward, and she shaved her head. She had dreads, like she had like braids, the ones I've had. They had to cut them all off and then shaved it all her hair off. And they ended up winning. They won $1 million. So
yeah, worth it. 100% worth it.
Definitely. I mean, shoot, if we got like, say if I shaved my head and we got second place, oh, so bad. I'll be like, because second place, you don't get no money. Second place gets no money. So you gotta win. Like,
yeah, so it's all in or nothing.
I say that would be a cool show to be on. If you could get on the show. So like now listening to how it works, like I said, you travel around the world, you have to do different types of challenges. They can be either mental, like they can either be physical challenges, type of there's one like they incorporate math. There's like it's all different types of challenges that have to work your physical side and your mental side. Would you be on that show, and who would you want to bring? Because you can bring one other person. Who would you want to bring on the show? Choose wisely on your partner. Because like I said, you're traveling the world.
Let's see.
Together, you're doing everything together. Like, you're gonna want to have a good partner that that, because there's a lot of partners in the show. There's a lot of people who tend to go with couples, right? Because hey, I know my boyfriend, I know my girlfriend. We know how to work together, but people tend to argue. You can argue with your best friend because you're so heated in the moment. So it's like you're always gonna argue no matter who you with. But like, who would you bring?
I would have to pick someone that's really fit to make up for my lack of
abilities.
Yeah.
There's a lot of running. I'm not gonna lie to you. There's a lot of running.
And then someone who's smart for my lack of abilities.
You're smart.
Yeah, but I'm not like completely, like, I know a very small
radius of it. I mean,
yeah, it's hit or miss. So I'd have to bring someone that like can fill the gaps in my knowledge and stuff like that. Yeah. But I don't think I know anyone that I could
particularly
stand traveling with around the world for. And how long is this?
Huh?
How long is this?
Oh, there's not really a time frame how long the show, like how long. I mean, I think it's only a few months, but like I said, there's 11 legs.
Months?
I think it's less than a few. I hold on. I'm gonna go look up the Wikipedia page because I was just on the Wikipedia page earlier with how long. I mean, hold on, let me look at Amazing Race. I'm telling you, they're a long running season. Like, it's a great show. It's fun fact because I did it in middle school. We did it like Amazing Race, like mock Amazing Race at my private school, and it was so fun. But obviously, I would love to do this show just because I would be able to travel, and it's on CBS. That's what channel it's on.
Do you have to get invited, or can you?
I think you have to try out, like kind of like you have to do like an audition tape. I don't know. I want to know the whole. I want to kind of know what's the whole thing. So, okay, for example, like the recent season, which is season number 32, they filmed in October, and it aired. I think it aired in October. It aired in October of 2020, and then last episode was December 16th. So I don't know how long it runs. I think probably like 2, 3 months. Because I mean, it's a lot of planning that becomes behind it. You have to go to each country. You have to tell the folks, okay, you're gonna have to hold this little yellow Amazing Race little booklet that they have to rip open for the clues. Like you got to tell these, and each country you go to, someone's speaking a different language. So like you got to try to explain it to each country.
Oh, so I gotta.
Planning that becomes behind it. So I think I would say the whole show. I mean, November, that's 2 months. So, okay, you're probably on the race. Let's just say 2 months. Let's just say you're on the race for 2 months with somebody. Like I said, you're traveling every day. Like you're going to a new country every day. New country. You're flying hours on end.
Yeah.
Riding buses, trains, like taking cabs. Like, and like I said, you're going to each different country that's in a different language. So I know who I would bring. I would most likely either bring my best friend, Carly, because me and Carly always talk about we wanted to go on this. Or I would bring Sam, because I think that would I would think of the fun aspect of it. Just not just like winning. I don't know who I would bring to like who I would guarantee to win. I mean, obviously, I'd probably bring my sisters, one of my sisters, because we're athletic, and I think we could definitely like outrun a lot of folks. That's the one if it gets to like a tight race, we'd like sprint to the pit stop. I mean, let's go. I think that's who I would probably bring.
I would probably bring Cameron, my friend Cameron.
There you go. Boom.
Yeah, just because he's like extremely competitive, so I know he would really want to win.
But that's the thing, like as much as it is physical, there is a lot of aspects where it is straight, like you got to be strategic. And that's why this one team, it was all girl team, right? With the very rare, not a lot of all girl team wins. It's either two guys typically win or like a guy and a girl, but never, it's really rare for two teams of girls to win, like a team of girls to win. This one team, they were scientists, right? The most unathletic people in the whole world. Like, they suck. I watched them. I was like, there's no way they're gonna win. I said they're slow. They can't do all like the physical stuff. I'm like, there's no way they're gonna win. It comes to the last episode. They're in the final three and they win the $1 million. I said, see, well, it's not always about physical, because they were the most unphysical people in the whole world. Like they were unathletic. I've never seen two athletic people in my life, but they were terrible. Like the girl was dying just running. But no, they got first place. So, and they were like, I think maybe the second or third team in like the history of Amazing Race to be the all-female team to win. So, like,
oh wow,
they were in the history books.
That's pretty cool.
It is. So, I definitely say that's one of my favorite shows. So,
I'm not really watching any shows right now. I was watching a lot of Netflix stuff, and then I like logged out of it. Don't know the password, and I just don't even care enough anymore. Like, so, but on Netflix, everyone's talking about that Squid Game. Have you heard about that?
Oh yes, I heard about Samuel game. Yeah,
it's so interesting.
What is this what is it about? I know it's like a type of game show, but are they killing people? People dying?
Yeah, so it's I've only watched a little bit of it, so I don't have the full picture, but it's these people who are like in a ton of debt, or like they're in some type of really bad economic situation, I think. Yeah. And so instead of like just putting them all in jail, I think they're all entered into this game. Yeah. And there's a bunch of like, I think a few puzzles and then other like childlike games. So the one I saw was the red light, green light one.
Okay. Yeah.
But if you failed, they would shoot you and they would just kill you.
Oh God. Yeah. It's like #1 in the US right now. It is a Japanese type game. I knew it was Japanese. I thought it was like Korean. Oh, it's Korean. So it's not in English.
No, I don't think it is. But whoa. Yeah, it's pretty interesting. Right? It's like one of those psychological thrillers. Yeah.
It does say the show is suspenseful. It's underneath TV thrillers, TV drama. Yeah, Sam was telling me about it, and he was like, "We're gonna watch it when you come home, because I'm coming home this weekend." So I guess me and him are gonna watch it. Oh wow, yeah, that's wild. There's 9 episodes. It's the first season. Dang. Ooh, that is. I like that type of stuff, but like, whoa, that seems intense.
God, what is it? There's a whole bunch of like. I don't know where I read this, but there's like a whole bunch of Roblox parodies
about
going around. Yeah.
that is so dead. See, I feel like oh no. How can they make stuff that gets people so hooked? Like that's literally number one in the US right now.
I
Like
have no idea. And I never even like saw any trailers about it. I didn't know anything about it until it came out, So there was like no lead up
nothing
to
built
it. It
up
just
to it.
dropped. Yeah.
Dropped out of nowhere. I mean, definitely saw it on my recommendations on Netflix. Like it popped up the first thing, like when you open up Netflix, it gives you that
Mhm.
first, like little headline, like, oh, what should you watch? And boom, it was the first thing. And I was like, what is this thing? Definitely saw the trailer and I was like, whoa, this seems really intense. But I feel like right now, what generation we're at, I think Netflix, Hulu, all these like programs are gonna take over TV. They're gonna take over
Oh,
TV.
100%. They're
Because
they're already doing stuff that's like if you get direct TV or if you get God, what was the other one? Like Xfinity or something. And it's like, oh, we'll bundle that with your internet. And then also you'll get free Hulu or free Netflix for however many months.
they do that with Disney Plus. Disney Plus, they have like a bundle where you can get Disney Plus, I think it's Disney Plus, Hulu, and
Oh, ESPN, right?
ESPN Plus, yeah. And they also have
Yeah.
that for Spotify. You buy like a certain Spotify, you can get Hulu.
Oh, yes.
Not it's like Hulu and oh my god, Showtime. Hulu and Showtime. Yeah, those two. You get Hulu and Showtime with Spotify. And I had that for a while. I bought it because I was like, I want to watch Shameless because Shameless was on Showtime. And I could never find it on TV. Huh?
That's no, it's just the interesting choice as to why you would get Showtime.
Because I don't know if you ever heard of Shameless, but it's about like a typical American family who's like literally like
Mm.
low income and from Chicago, and like oh my, it's graphic because they'll show nudity, like it's not even blurred, like cuss words, like a bunch of I can't even explain what like the show is, but it's a really good show. I didn't watch the last season, but I need to find it on Showtime. But like that's why I'm saying TV's dying. Like I think my parents are like, oh, we're gonna cancel our cable bill. The only reason we don't cancel our cable bill is because why do we don't cancel it? Like we have AT&T, like Uverse. I don't know why we don't cancel it. I mean, my mom is the only one that watches TV. None of my siblings watch TV. We all use Netflix, which Netflix needs an upgrade to where more people can access it. Because one time I was trying to watch Netflix and I got kicked off because all my siblings were watching it, plus my dad.
Well, then
And
just
they're all
upgrade your Netflix.
huh?
Upgrade your Netflix. You can do that.
You can
Like the
upgrade to
basic,
where it does that.
yeah, the basic plan, which is what everyone has, $8 a month or something like that. And then it's like up to 3 people can watch at once. But then you can pay more to have more people watch at the same time.
The issue probably why we're not buying that is because we first off think about it. My parents, I know my dad definitely has Amazon Prime. He has like all these different like accounts that he pays for individually. So it runs up the bill, and then on top of paying light bills and all that, it runs it up. So Netflix is
Yeah.
a bare minimum right now to pay for. But yeah, don't worry. When I move out to my own place, when I get enough money, I'm gonna have my own Netflix account. But
Well,
that will be later because I'm using Sam's family's Hulu account. Shout out to Sam's family. It's because my dad canceled our Hulu plan, like not canceled, he downsized it. Like so now we have ads. And I don't like having ads on Hulu.
I hate Hulu. It's so dumb.
Yeah,
Just
but
it's
Hulu's
like,
trying to
oh,
be
I'm
like
gonna pay
TV.
and then
That's
I'm gonna
why.
get ads.
Hulu's trying to
It's
be like TV.
Yeah, well, all these streaming services are slowly becoming TV because you know how you said TV is gonna die out. I don't think it's gonna die out. I think it's just gonna get replaced by a bundle of streaming services, which is literally the exact same thing as a channel and stuff.
I mean, I think it's gonna become useless eventually. Like no one rarely
Well, no,
watches.
I'm saying like it's being replaced. Like so, imagine so Showtime and HBO. That's all on cable and stuff. Like you can
Yeah,
buy those packages, but then now HBO and all that stuff, they realize, oh, we can just cut out the cable companies and have our own streaming services.
services. Yeah,
So then it's basically like, oh, I'm gonna pay for the channel Disney, so that's Disney Plus. You get all the Disney stuff. It's
yeah.
like, all right, now I'm also gonna pay for the HBO channel. You get all the HBO stuff. Pay for the Netflix channel. Like you see how it's just almost the exact same
Yeah, like
as
Netflix. I mean, I'm trying to think of what other TV networks that have like CW. You don't have to pay for
Mhm.
that because you pay for cable already. So you just type in your cable company like username and password, and then it just connects you to all the shows.
Well,
But
a lot
like
of
that,
ESPN I think has that too, or they had that, and then they came out with ESPN Plus.
yeah.
Who Peacock did that, and I think Hallmark used to do that too.
I think
But like I
people,
said, they're just cutting out the middleman. They're just going
yeah.
straight to their own streaming services.
There's also other things that are new, like think Shutter. Shutter is like they stream all horror movies. I've heard about it on YouTube. And
Hmm.
Play-Doh TV, which is free right now because you can watch Amazing Race on if you don't have Hulu, you can watch it on Play-Doh's TV, and it's all free bunch. I don't know how many seasons they have on there because on Hulu Hulu only has Amazing Race up to I think season 29. Like they don't have none of the new seasons on Hulu right now, but they're probably on Play-Doh's TV. But like all these new streaming like little TV networks or things are starting to kind of overtake TV right now because like I
Yeah,
said,
they're just gonna replace it, but eventually it's gonna be right back to what it was. So it won't be called like Direct TV or something like that. It'll be called like you can get the ultimate streaming bundle brought to you by I don't know, Microsoft, and it's like included Disney Plus,
and all this.
Netflix, Hulu, stuff like that. I think that's what's gonna happen.
Do you think Hulu's like not Hulu? Do you think Netflix is worth like the pricing? Because I mean, there's a lot of stuff on there. I feel like it's
Definitely.
overwhelming to me. Netflix can tend to be overwhelming. To me, I only can
It
watch like a few shows or movies on there, and then I kind of be like,
I think the biggest plus Netflix has is that it's international. So you can get like a ton of Korean, Japanese shows from Spain. There was one I was watching. Uh, I think it was from Spain, and of course they dub it over in English so that I can understand it. But that's like the biggest plus of Netflix. It's like all kinds of international shows and movies.
I don't like dub stuff because it just sounds like like it
It
doesn't sound
does. Sometimes
exactly
I do watch the
right.
sub instead.
Yeah, because it's like you hear them say it in English, but that's not exactly how it's supposed to translate. So it just looks awkward when you're
Yeah,
just like listening to it. It's like this, and then obviously you have to like find actors to talk and about like a lot of stuff. But I mean, there's certain stuff that Netflix has been taking out of it. Like
well,
I
yeah,
don't
it
know
can't stay forever. That's just
what show is it? Oh, I'm trying to think what show they took. They finally brought back You. Yeah, have you seen the show You? We're watching it.
oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
They're finally coming out with a new season. Finally, it took forever. I thought it was gonna get canceled. Like it was taking so long. Stranger Things is still in the works. Like I need them to hurry up. I need the show,
Well,
but
they can't. It can't be instantly. It's just
that's why TV is different because you already like pre-record, so then you just like put it all out. Then when the Netflix, I don't know
the
how to
TV's
explain.
the exact same. A season will end, and it's like, all right, it'll come back next year.
No, but Netflix, I feel like they take too long.
It only feels like it takes too long because you're impatient. That's
Maybe, but like I said, they just be dropping random stuff like great. Like this other show called Clickbait. This is a new show. That's a Netflix series. Like they drop out so many like
Mhm.
Netflix series to kind of keep Netflix like
Yeah,
going.
but Netflix doesn't necessarily make it. There's like separate studios that work with Netflix
Yeah,
to
that
stream it.
the stream it. Are you
Yeah.
are you sure like certain shows like on here like you wouldn't see on TV that you only can watch on Netflix? The
What
movie
do you mean? Oh, like the Netflix exclusives?
like like Netflix series. Like there's shows and movies that are created on Netflix that I think would only
Yeah.
go on Netflix. Like The Circle, for a good example. I don't think you'll see that in any other TV network. Like
No,
into
you won't. But I'm just saying a studio made that. So
yeah,
sometimes it's not Netflix that's like saying they can't. Not, it's not Netflix making it. It's a studio making it, and
yeah,
they
I
use
know that.
Netflix to put it on there.
Yeah, I know that's their kind of like their way. That's the same thing with like Outer Banks. Like that's
Yeah,
their way
exactly.
of form and pop. I mean, that's a smart route to do. Anyways, I would do that. I would if I want to make a show and I want to make a movie, I would try to pitch it to Netflix because then you can get them behind you, and Netflix is such a positive. You know, everyone loves to use it. That's why I'm thinking like with
Hmm.
my career in the future. I want to do film and I want to do television and everything, I don't think I'm just gonna have to go straight to Netflix. Well, depending on how far we are advanced in that time, like
Well, I don't know. So there's some very interesting moves being made in, I guess, film industry.
mhm,
So a lot of independent filmmakers would normally go through Netflix. They pitch it to them and
yeah,
they're like, hey, stream it on here. We think it'd be good. And we're pretty sure people will like it. And Netflix will, of course, buy it. So they get tons of money. But I'm seeing independent film studios just make their own website and they put it on
wow,
there.
that's
So
that.
they just cut everything out.
Then how it wouldn't have to be a no or a yes, because Netflix could easily see this movie or show and be like, oh, we don't like it. It doesn't fit with our brand, blah blah.
Exactly.
So that is smart. I don't know. You got to play how you want to play it. That's kind of a 50-50 there, because you either can just go pretty left or up or how it wants to be. That's tough. Roommates.
Did you hear that?
Yeah, I did. Our walls are, I would say they're hollow, but like the person lives behind me right here, like he's on the video game, I can hear him, and he can hear me most of the time. So I bet you he can hear me right now filming our podcast, but he's probably ignoring me, thinking I'm just on the phone with somebody, but I'm actually talking.
Yeah.
But man, now that made me see this right.
No, like those independent film studios are just making their own websites and stuff.
Now, like with theaters, let's talk about how you think about like going into movie theaters now. I know with COVID, we had the shutdown of theaters, and now they're trying to come back. But now I say like with HBO Max, for example, like Suicide Squad, that showed in theaters, but they put it on HBO Max. Do you think the theaters are going to die off, or do you think that's
No.
still be around? You think it's still be around?
Yeah, I had this conversation with my friend Anthony, who's like really big into films and the whole theater scene.
Yeah.
I think that's always going to be around just because people like to go to one place to all enjoy one thing. Now, theaters may change how they look in the future.
How do you think how in a way would they change?
Like, we'll probably see cheaper concession stands.
Hopefully.
We'll probably see a variety of stuff being sold. So, like, probably more bars inside of theaters.
Yeah.
Let's see, more food in general.
I would like for them to kind of raise their prices down, because right now, like coming back, or I think always, like Frame AMC was a popular movie theater I used to go to, and no, Premiere. Let me backtrack. In our town that we're from, there's Premiere was like very cheap. Like it was it was less than $10 to get in before they raised the price, because they were competing with AMC, because AMC was the exact same area. So they were trying to compete with their prices, because AMC is so expensive to get into. Like you have to go earlier to get like 30% off. And that's what I would do. I would go early to get the cheaper price, pay 30% off, then try to go at like night when I have to pay dang near almost $20 on top of wanting to buy, popcorn and stuff. That's why you sneak candy in there. Sorry, guys. Sorry.
I'm pretty sure it's okay to bring food in to theaters.
I don't know. No, I don't think some theaters allow that.
Oh yeah, no, some theaters don't, but I'm just saying. I've seen somewhere where people just walk in with food and they're like, okay.
AMC, I definitely don't think you're allowed to do that, because they want you to buy their stuff, because they know.
Yeah, well, they get a majority of their money from concession stands, not from the movies.
So they don't want people to do it, but I do it every time. I think when me and Sam go to movies, we go to Dollar Tree, we go buy our candy, whatever we want, bring it, and then we get popcorn. But that's like the most we do. But
yeah.
I don't even eat a whole bucket of popcorn anyway, so I typically just eat candy and just enjoy it. But you know what crazy thing was? I think when I went to go see Quiet Place in theaters, I think they should have had a rule with food, because like obviously the Quiet Place is very, it's a quiet movie. There's barely any dialogue. Like
you just hear someone munching.
you're like, oh,
That's
you're
funny.
Live. That was in Quiet Place when I saw Quiet Place 2 in theaters, not the first one. The second one. It was funny because my mom was like, when my mom and my sister went to go see Quiet Place, the first one, they came back and like, oh yeah, Jalen, you would die if you were in a Quiet Place because you talk so much. And I was like, no, I mean, if it's a life or death situation, I can shut up because I'm not trying to get eaten by these monsters. Did they have a name in Quiet Place?
Yeah.
Oh,
But I think it's experiences like that that'll keep theaters alive because you wouldn't get that from just sitting at home.
sitting at home, you want to get the same vibe. It's more
Yeah.
intense when you're in the theater, but like, I don't know. There's some weird people that go to the movie theaters. I've witnessed a few people that come into movie theaters and just creep me out. I don't know what
Yeah.
people be kind of compensate with me, but I don't be comfortable. But I don't know. I think the movie theaters are still alive. I think drive-through movie theaters were something that's great that has been around for a while. I really enjoy
Hmm.
drive-through movie theaters. Those are fun. It's
See,
fun
and
to
that's a perfect example because people thought drive-throughs would die out. They're still around.
yeah, no, they're still up and running. I mean, there's one in Fort Worth. Have you been to that
Hmm.
one? The Coyote Drive-In?
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
I think it's cute, and then they have like the ice skating rink that's right there too. So like, I've been to the ice skating rink right there, and
Hmm.
I think it's called Panthers Ice or whatever. I've been to that one, but the drive-in, I've been there twice. I've been there once with Marina, and then I went one with Sam. But it's cool because like they have three screens, so they have three different movies going on. Then you can play in your own car, and you just like can sit.
Yeah.
That's why I would say always bring a truck because I did it with my own car, and I drive like a little Chevy, and like me and Marina were sitting in it watching Spider Man, and I was like, man, I wish I had a truck because this would be probably a better idea to lay on the truck and just like chill. But we're just sitting in my car, just like with a radio, like, and just like sitting there. I think it's more cool when you're like laying out right now.
Yeah.
I don't know what year is this? We're finna 2022 is coming up.
I don't know.
2022.
I do think the internet is providing tons of um, opportunities for smaller filmmakers though. Like it's just I think in theaters we'll see um, I think we'll see more theaters include like B-list movies.
I hope so. I think that would really help people who are trying to come up. Like that would help
Yeah.
artists to come up that are trying to make a name for themselves. Maybe they would show like maybe not like the full like length movie, but maybe like not a trailer, but kind of like a snippet of it to get people maybe like
Yeah.
interested in it, and maybe like oh here's a website that you can go check out. Like maybe like not like show their movies, but maybe like give them like credit, kind of like oh
No,
check this website.
I think they'll actually show their movies. There was a place in Austin, me and my roommate at the time went to, and it was part of the Austin Film Society. It was super cool, but they were showing this really old independent film.
Mm.
Um, God, what was it? It was something about a kid who got drafted into like World War II or something like that, and it was supposed to be like a psychological movie. And even though it wasn't necessarily super popular among like the general public, there were tons of people there to see this movie. So that's why I'm like, independent filmmakers are definitely gonna invade the theater more.
Yeah, I think that would be helpful in so many standpoints, like myself, like
And it would just be really cool to see.
and just to see their work. I mean, it doesn't matter if it's good or bad, how they rate it. I mean, if you're getting views, you're getting
Yeah.
views, and people are paying to see it. That's great, and they can just come up and they can probably get some people to know their names and stuff, and that would just help. That's why I love the internet. I think the internet comes with
Yeah.
good.
The
There's
internet's
some
so
good
cool.
things about the internet, but let's talk about some bad parts of the internet. I think the internet's a
Yep.
little bit too freely.
Internet drama. No.
That's a great example. Internet drama. Being famous on internet can be such a hit or
Oh,
miss. Hit or
so
miss.
so a group of people that are like famous on the internet and starting to make their way into like TV. Have you seen
Oh,
the D'Amelios?
don't even get me started. They're on Hulu. Every time I get on Hulu, that's the first it like shows me like, oh, watch this. I'm
It's
like,
so
it's cringy and like they're
it
trying to be
is a
like
little
the
bit.
Kardashians. They're trying to be like the Kardashians. Because
Okay, I do have a
Kardashians,
problem with that though. I don't think so. Everyone's gonna make a comparison to the Kardashians because Kardashians were like the first ones to blow up that did that. But you can't compare two groups like that. That's like saying Squid Game is like Saw. It's not.
but then the only reason why I compare it somewhat is just based off like the drama level of it. Like they're always like I feel like the Kardashians like I never knew. I'm gonna tell you right now. I watched all the seasons. I watched dang. I don't. They had 20 seasons. I
Oh,
watched
so
all.
you're a little biased then.
Okay, I wouldn't say I'm biased. Like I'm not. No, I'm not
No,
saying
just
I'm
a
biased.
just a little bit. I'm just saying like just Like there's always a natural bias when you watch
I got
one
some.
and not the other. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
But I'm just saying a little bit.
I never seen it, but I've just seen previews of the D'Amelio show. And I'm just saying, based off watching the Kardashians for all 20 seasons, just the dramaness, like the drama in it, I think it was so unnecessary, but it was meant for the fact of making people want to watch it. So with the D'Amelios, what they're doing is they're targeting their target audience is the people on TikTok. They're like, okay, you see me on TikTok, you're gonna watch it's more, to me, it's more behind the scenes of their life. That's what I think of when I watch the D'Amelios compared to the Kardashians. I never knew what they were doing in life. Like, only reason why Kim was famous is because the whole sex tape thing. That was why she blew up. That was the only thing I knew about the Kardashians was Kim. Everybody else, I had no idea what they're doing. I mean, obviously I know Kendall Jenner is a she's a model. Kylie does the makeup. I know Chloe's big on fitness, and then Courtney is she's very not vegetarian, but she's all this gluten-free, all this junk, healthy junk. But I only knew that because I watched 20 seasons of the show. I was really invested in them. That's the only reason why I knew anything. But when they first started out coming up on reality TV shows, the only person who really knew was Kim. That was it. But the D'Amelio show is so completely different because you know the people already. You've seen them on TikTok. And they're like, let's just make a show because kids are going to watch it. And that's what makes people want to buy Hulu because, they're like, oh my God, the D'Amelios got their own show.
Yeah.
I'm going to buy Hulu so I can go watch them.
That's Hulu trying to connect like the internet people to TV people. That's what it is. And do I think it's working?
For that though.
No, I do not think it's working.
What happened?
I said, do I think Hulu's successful in connecting internet and TV?
No, they're not going to be successful. I'm just saying that was a smart move on their part because Netflix easily could have took them because I don't know if you heard, but like the the Hype House, right? The Hype House was supposed to be on Netflix. They had a whole thing. I saw it all on TikTok. They were like, "Oh, we're gonna be on Netflix. We're gonna be on Netflix," but it never happened. And
wait, was that from Netflix?
Yeah, from that. I think that was a ploy. It was a ploy. Definitely was a ploy.
I don't think that was from that. I'm pretty sure that was from the people in the Hype House.
Oh no,
trying to hype themselves up.
Okay, maybe I don't know where I saw it, but like maybe they did because they easily could have edited the Netflix logo.
Yeah, I mean, like, don't forget, we're talking about people that are like clout chasers that'll do basically anything.
They're around our age. All them kids are like 17 through like 25, maybe older.
Yeah,
they're around our age range. That are in our generation, so of course they know how to play the internet. That's why I honestly don't like TikTok either because there's so many clout chasers and thirst trap video, like all this, how people get famous off the internet. It's like, okay, this is a great thing. I saw a different a Vine star, Ricky Thompson. I don't know if you've ever heard of him. He's like a gay black man. He was famous on Vine, and then obviously he gets on TikTok once in a while, but like he has his own podcast. And they mention that they feel like TikTok creators, they're not as creative. If that's what they're trying to say. They're not.
I agree with that.
They're more strategic in a way. They know what they need to post content wise to engage their audience. So there's TikTok people that are underground who are actually they're actual funny. They're actually good dancers. And there's and comedian TikTok. You know what I'm saying? There's those TikTokers, but they don't have as many followers compared to like Charli D'Amelio, who just does trendy TikTok dances. She's famous because, to be honest, I'm not going to say just based on her dances because how she looks. She's the typical suburban white girl. She's every white girl's dream, like every girl's dream to be famous, that can do some trendy dances, and that's pretty. That's how, to me, that's how I feel like she got famous. But there's other artists like black content artists who make general content for themselves, but they're not getting up there. They make those TikTok dances for them, like Addison Rae. That's a great example. Addison Rae went on, what was it, Jimmy Fallon? And she did all those TikTok dances. And most of the TikTok dances she did were from Black creators, but Black creators weren't getting any shout outs from creating those dances. But they didn't. No.
I mean, no, I'm not saying that she did. I'm just saying it's kind of a small problem with that. And it's just that everyone's looking for credit somewhere.
Yeah.
Who invented the whip and Nene? Do you know?
Yeah, I don't know. Was it? I thought it was
exactly. So that's. But I'm saying like
he made it though. I thought he made it.
I mean, like dance in a sense is something that's like it's kind of like art in a way.
Mhm.
So like if let's say if I did a painting and it's like cubism,
Yeah.
should I then say that I didn't invent cubism, so this piece of art is not original and should be credited to someone else?
I see what you mean, but I
But it's
think it's
something that I did. That's what I'm saying. It's like this is gray area where it's like maybe they should be credited, but also it's just a dance. So
that
it
is
sounds like
true.
it's just people looking for their piece of their cut, their piece of the pie, you know?
But what I'm saying just on the internet, as much as we don't think race and stuff like that plays a part, because
Well, it
like on
definitely does.
it definitely does. That's what I'm trying to explain. That there's black creators on TikTok who make things for those white creators to take, and they skyrocket on their popularity because they're taking something that they saw from a different creator and they're applying it on them on their I can't say channel, but like their profile, I guess, whatever,
Yeah.
their content, and they're gonna take their content and put it on them and like boost themselves. Like, what was it? There's a guy
Now,
on TikTok that people call out from him copying other people's TikToks because he watched other people's and then he just replicates it. And everyone goes on
I
his comments,
mean,
oh, I've seen this before. You copied this before.
then
And he's
who's like at fault? Is it the audience that gives them popularity, or is it the creator who did it? You
and
know?
that's my issue is my thing is you watching the video, you liking it or you commenting, you're giving the person views no matter what. Like it doesn't matter
Yeah.
if you're doing it negatively or positively, they're getting views regardless. They're making their money. They're not worried about you saying, oh, you're copying things, like whatever. But what I was just saying is that I'm just saying black creators don't get as much
Yeah,
like
I know
that.
exactly what you mean. I'm
Yeah.
just saying it's like it's kind of a lot more into it than just the simple they're taking it, you
But
know?
yeah, that was
Yeah.
just the biggest thing that was going on just like drama wise was the Addison Ray thing that was saying, oh, she didn't shout out those creators who made that dance, because I mean the dance had to get popular somehow, and obviously if Addison Ray posts the dance that someone else did, she's gonna get more likes because Addison Ray compared to the person who made
Yeah.
it. I'm just saying that's how it works. It's like if you go and click on like the TikTok sound and you see the most viewed video on there, you're typically you see Charlie D'Amelio, you'll see those big artists, those big TikTokers
Yeah.
who make those dances, but then you have to scroll all the way down to find the actual original video. You know, that's what I'm just saying. It's stupid. I think internet like
Well,
fame.
there's also a giant like I think everyone neglects this part because who I was watching someone who's like kind of rose to a little bit of internet fame, and then now he does like these motivational speeches on how to do it and stuff.
Yeah,
And every time he's at like a seminar or whatever, he's like, you just gotta work hard and put in the hours. And if you start today, just know that you're behind already. I'm like, he's preaching all this stuff and he completely neglects the fact that 80% of his success is purely from luck. Like that's how the internet works. It's like, oh, one person found this. Oh, 100 people found
now,
this. Which
yeah.
ones? Yeah. So it's like no one really knows how to find something on the internet. So it's like purely luck.
Look, I mean, that's what I think how Charlie D'Amelio kind of blew. Like she blew up out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Literally, that girl has the most
She
followers on TikTok,
just, she
100
just
million.
hit the TikTok lottery. That's what it was.
That's definitely how it is. And now she has her own TV show. She has her own little things
Yeah. I
going.
mean, props to her for capitalizing on it, right?
Yeah, and then let's think about like let's go to like YouTube stars who are really popular that are kind of going on downside now. Who's really like we talked about David Dobrik. That was someone who
Oh,
was
yeah.
dude who has
That's,
definitely has
it
fell off the
is
face of the earth, which is so sad
such
for
a
him.
mess. It's such a
He was a
mess.
cool dude. And then now all these things like there's rape allegations against him, all these types of stuff against this man. That's just like, and you know the worst part is he didn't make it better. And that's the same thing with Logan Paul. That man, he's trying to come back. Logan is one of the few people that I think is trying to come back
I don't
from.
know. Logan Paul was worse.
That
'Cause it
Japanese
wasn't
thing was the worst. That was
well, it
the
wasn't
suicide
yeah, it
force.
wasn't just like one thing Logan Paul's done. Logan Paul's done multiple things. Like it's
And it built up to that point. That's why I think what sucks with David Dobrik is he was so good, but no one was really paying attention to like the underlining on his videos. Like there was a lot of
yeah.
underlining content that was in it that no one was catching because it's David Dobrik. Oh my god! Like that's what I'm
Like yeah,
saying.
this is the guy that gives away PS4s and Xbox.
PS4,
Yeah,
Teslas, like
and
no one was worried about him.
and is
With Logan Paul,
donating millions of dollars, but
exactly. Like he was a good, he based off like everyone, as you can see, he was a good person to everyone's eyes. So you would think, oh, David Dobrik can't mess up. He's the guy. He's amazing.
yeah,
And then
he's the
boom,
golden child.
someone actually just sat there and said, you know what? I actually looked through his videos and actually watched what he was doing, and this is what was happening. Like I think that was a big thing. It's like he had a YouTube video. I think when he was trying to get minors drunk, right? That's what set it off, right? I think that's what set off the whole drama thing, right?
I think so, but then it gets like super weird because the guy that was with them is coming out and saying his own stuff because he kind of got pushed
Yep.
out of what's his name, Dirty Dom or something like that. I think that's
Pretty
his
done,
name
yeah. I know you're talking
in the
about.
vlogs. He's saying his own stuff and he's sharing this stuff, and it's like, well, now it looks like completely consensual and that David pushed them out wrongfully, but then like there's stuff from like the victims and other things, and it's like
You're
this
like,
is a
what
huge
thing that's going
mess.
on?
Yeah, and none of it's being handled correctly from anyone. I think that's the
Of
biggest
course
problem.
not. You're doing it on the internet. That's the issue. Is you're making it so public to like where everyone can see, like where you can simply do this. My thing is everyone is so quick to just be like, oh my God. Like, let's for example, like you see a car wreck. What is everyone's first thing to do is record it, right? So everyone's
Mhm.
so quick to just be like, I need to post on the internet because I need views. I need this. Like David
Yes,
Dobrik's
that
apology
right there.
video. His apology, let me put that in air quotes because he didn't really apologize because he did do a video that he apologized, but it wasn't an apology. He was
No,
kind of
I don't
just
think it
not
was.
justifying his actions, but he was trying to just kind of explain everything.
It was more like giving background information, I think. But
Exactly.
it's still pretty bad because everyone involved is like trying to somehow make money from it.
Yeah, and that's what they're getting at the end of the day. It's like
That's the biggest problem.
they're still getting money. My thing is, what made people want to think now? Let's expose David now. Out of him being on YouTube for so long, they're like, let's.
Yeah, I
just
think it was like what 3 or 4 years ago that video came
happened.
out. That the one that they're
Yeah.
talking about. Yeah,
That's what people do. I don't. What is it called? Because the cancel culture. That's what it's called. Cancel culture. Do you
cancel
think
culture has the worst timing. Like they
that's
don't,
what I said?
they don't make any
Cancel
sense.
culture just sucks for every. That's what I'm saying. My mom always taught me you need to be mindful what you put on the internet. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you have 5 followers or you have like a billion followers. People can find stuff on the internet easily by just typing your name in. They can find your old Twitter account. They can find your own Instagram account. Just because you delete stuff doesn't mean it's really deleted off the internet. Like it's still somewhere there publicly to see. That's the thing is like, for example, not just David Dobrik, but like Shane Dawson, his old videos were popping up out of nowhere when he was having drama. What was it? He was doing like a lot of like racial type stuff, like his videos.
Yeah, which
like
was questionable to begin with.
and
Like,
I don't know why no one thought of that.
Yeah, I think I saw the original videos when they first came out because they were like on Vine, weren't they?
Yeah, they definitely were on Vine. No. He was mainly on YouTube. I don't remember
he was on YouTube. Well, I think I remember seeing a clip of him on Vine doing something like that, and I was like, it's not really that funny. And I just kept going, never paid attention to it, never even looked him up again, never thought of anything. I don't know why nobody did that. Like, how did he gain
Who
popularity
thought
still?
he was funny? That like making those type of jokes. Like he was doing a lot of cultural appropriation and a lot of things. I think he did blackface as well. There's a lot of things he did.
He did that multiple times.
Exactly. He did it in the early 2000s. So no one was really thinking, I think, back then. So that's why now.
But that doesn't make sense because in the early 2000s, it's not okay. In the 90s, that probably wouldn't have been okay.
Of course not.
Like,
exactly.
I'm just saying, like, the only time that something like that would have been okay is like the 60s and before. Like,
exactly.
So I'm just confused as to how they were able to rise to any popularity from that.
And how are they now catching on to it? It's the fact that they just like 2020 when he got exposed, like last year he got exposed.
Yeah,
So,
it makes no sense.
like, why are we now just exposing him when this been wrong? Like this was all public.
Yeah, it's like this was not right to begin with.
From the get. I never
They're
watched
like,
Jane Austen either. I never
yeah,
watched it.
they're like, we're gonna cancel him now. It's like you probably should have done that, like, I don't know,
10
20
years
years
ago.
ago. Yeah, 10, 20 years ago.
Yeah, he's been on YouTube he's one of those creators that have been on YouTube for a long time. Like people like Jenna Marbles, those kind of creators who were on YouTube like for a long time. I can't think of who was like the first YouTubers that really skyrocketed in popularity that I can think of. But like
Yeah,
those
it just doesn't make any sense.
it blows my mind how like cancel culture has definitely just made it. I don't know what it was about the 21st century, but the 21st century is like we're not letting anything blow that past us. Our generations is like we're not gonna let things just slide that so easily. That's why
I don't even think that. It's just like cancel culture is like, oh, this person did something bad. Let's wait a couple years and then let's take everything away from them. Like that's I'm like, why don't you just do that before? How about we just cancel them on the spot? Yeah, it's like, why don't we just not let them be popular? How about that? Like,
exactly. Because I doubt that David is broke right now. That man is still having the money he has. Like, I don't think he's broke after all this whole allegation, all this stuff that he's going through, and all this drama.
No, he's still gonna have tons of money because I'm sure he hired a whole bunch of financial advisors and was just like, you know what, we're gonna save millions and millions of dollars, especially since he got tons of tax breaks and stuff.
And especially because he kind of did take a break off the internet, and he was kind of like going low. I mean, obviously he was probably trying to get his stuff together, trying to figure out what's his next move, how to get right. Because that's what I'm saying.
He's probably just waiting it out.
Because you're doing everything so.
Because he's back.
Mm-hmm. He's back. Yeah, I saw.
Yeah, he's doing everything like normal.
He came back in June, just starting a podcast. He's like, I'm back up and running, guys. Y'all not gonna let me go down. There's a lot of people that got canceled. James Charles is a great example who got canceled. I forgot what exactly he got canceled for. But I know he was one of the few people that tried to get canceled. I'm trying to think of any. Jake Paul is going to continue to keep getting canceled. That man needs to get canceled. I want him to get off the internet. That's
what I'm saying. Like, it's just, I don't understand how these people rise to fame. Actually, you know what? I take it back. I just now, in that moment, as I was saying, I had a realization that they're doing that. I don't know how to call this, but they're using that method, like all publicity is good publicity.
Yeah.
So like even if it's bad, their name is still out there.
Yeah.
Which I guess their testaments is to it working because.
Oh, you know what I thought of? Oh, sorry. I thought of Trisha Paytas is another very problematic.
Oh my God! Yeah, that's another person. Like, how are they popular at all? Like,
how they still got views? How do they still get followers? Like, how are people still supporting? But they like that's the thing. They like this stuff. They like a type of person like Trisha Paytas who causes drama. Like people like someone who causes drama because it just.
I guess, yeah.
It's interesting. I'm just saying based off like how I think the generational, how our generation is. I feel like kids like. That's why people like to watch a reality TV show. Because they like drama. They like stuff happening. Like, people like stuff. People enjoy it. Like, do I like drama sometimes? Yeah, I kind of like drama. I mean, what is it? What's a good show that I enjoy to watch? Always has drama in it. I don't know. There's a lot of reality TV shows that always have
Exes on the Beach.
Oh, yeah. Like Love Island. That's a reality
Love Island.
Love Island. Like, what a drama-filling show. But it's so interesting because one, I don't like I never watched the US version, by the way. So I'm never going to watch the US version because I love England and I love their accents and they just sound beautiful when they talk. And they're so funny because, oh God, like the very first season I watched, this guy comes on the show. He's like 23. That man describes his perfect girl. He said that she has to have a big butt and nice boobs. And I was like, wow, this is how you just live in life? Like, this is how we're living? Like, you could just say it on national television. Don't even care for like. And that man probably has thousands of followers at the end of the show. That's the thing is, you gain popularity.
People just love drama.
One TV show, one popular TV show, boom, popular. You get all these followers on Instagram. You're like, believe me, because I watched The Circle. That's on Netflix. It's like a little reality TV show, game show thing. And I don't follow them on Instagram, but I look up their Instagram accounts because I'm just like, what are they doing now? Like, I'm curious about these people's afterlife stuff. These are regular human beings. Like, how are people so obsessed with people on the internet? Like, I don't get how people look at someone on the internet and be like, they're the love of my life. It's the same thing with like musicians and actors. Like, believe me, I'm obsessed with Jack Harlow. I love Little Nas X. Like, I'm obsessed with these people. I want to meet them. I would cry if I met them in person. Like, NF, that's my favorite rapper. If I met him, I would literally fall to the ground. Like, it's the fact that people would just like, they can meet someone like idolize somebody, like, and put them so high. Even kids who like age, like people idolize Charlie D'Amelio, and Charlie D'Amelio is only 17 years old, and you put her as everything.
I can't necessarily speak for that because I've never felt that way about anyone.
Yeah,
like I've never seen, because so you know how I love music. I listen to tons of music. I've never listened to someone's music. Like, I guess, we'll use Kendrick Lamar as an example because I listen to tons of Kendrick Lamar, but I've never thought, wow, he's a great person and he's really cool to probably hang out with and be really fun. I've never thought that. I've only ever thought, like his music. That's it. That's where it stops because that's all I know
about them. That's the only thing.
Yeah, exactly. That's all I know about them.
You don't know.
I don't understand how people create these whole like stories of. Yes, I don't get it.
Fantasies of people, because you don't even know these people. You only know what the content they create. You have no idea what they do in a day-to-day life.
Exactly.
You think you know them, but that's the thing. That's why stalkers exist. Because folks be stalking these people's lifestyles and figuring out how much they're worth, figure out how tall they are, what color their eyes. And that's the thing is, the internet can be so bad because everything's so public. Like, I know a lot of these TikTokers, YouTubers, let's just say influencers on Instagram, because Instagram influencers are a thing apparently, which I'm so sorry, but I don't know what an Instagram influencer are. What do? You just post on Instagram and then you just get a bunch of likes. It doesn't make sense to me. I could never be an internet person.
We're gonna be. Watch. Look at us now.
I want to know that response. Like, what is that response?
Exactly. Like, it's just like so interesting.
What is it like to just have 100 million people following you? Like, how does Charlie D'Amelio wake up in the morning and just be like, oh, okay, well, I need to make a TikTok video today. I need to do this. Like, you're just so busy. You have all these things to do just to please these folks on the internet. That's why I don't think I could do that. Like, I'm so, I don't want to say I'm controversial, but like, I'm such a person that I can't
be. We don't care enough.
Yeah, that's a great example. I don't care. Like, people can just comment on our podcast and say, you guys suck. Okay, we're gonna move on with the rest of our life. Like,
and we'll like the comment and then we'll
go on with our day. Because like, if you watch the preview of the D'Amelio show, you have Charlie literally crying, and so backtrack. Dixie was crying because she went to the gym. Yes. She went to the gym, and someone said that she was fat or something like that, and she was like, "I'm sick of getting bullied." Like, why don't you just have that? People just care too much.
Just move on. Yeah. Just like. This is the stuff you learn in public school. It's like, when you're in public school, you're just walking in the hallway, someone says something racist, and you're like, cool, don't talk to that person. Just keep going.
Gotta go past you. That's society.
Yeah, it's exactly.
You can't let people's words, and like, I know it's tough for a lot of people because a lot of people do have self-esteem issues. Like myself, I do have issues with self-esteem. I do have issues with self-confidence that if people's words can't affect me. And I would say past tense because it used to affect me. I used to, and first when I started going to public school, because I grew up in the private school system, everyone knew each other. We grew up with each other. I had the same classmates from preschool all the way to like 8th grade. I had the same classmates. I would rarely have new people come to my class. Like, it was really rare. So I grew up with the same people. So I knew them like front to back, But when I got to public school, I was going into a whole new territory. And so, I definitely got, I wouldn't say bullied, but I got harassed based off because, I went to private school. And then like, I didn't sound like a Black person. I sounded like so white. I would get comments. And like, when I was a freshman, it would make me so mad. Like, I would cry. I would go home crying. I'd be like, I hate it. But the older I got and the more people said stuff, I was like, I really don't care about your
See, you just learn to care less. It's like, you know what? This is a random person. Their word means nothing to me. Like,
you graduate high school, you go to college, and you meet new people. You get a fresh new start.
Yeah.
And that's why kids in high school need to stop worrying about drama. That's why TikTokers and all these people should stop getting their stuff into drama.
Not just high school people. All people should just not worry about drama because it just doesn't matter that much.
In life, you're going to wake up the next day and it's not going to matter because I'm not going to lie. I have really poor memory. So whatever I did the day before, it doesn't matter for today. Like, it really doesn't. It's a whole fresh new day. You're getting woke up every morning. Whoever you believe in God, whatever you believe in, you get woken up every day to start a new day. You're not
Mhm.
worried about what was going on tomorrow. So that's why it blows my mind that I see Dixie crying because someone called her fat on the internet or whatever they called her. They called her something. I don't know what they called her. But like, why are you going through your comments anyway? First off, you probably get thousands of comments. Why are you reading all of them? Who reads all their comments to just go through them all and be like, oh my God, this person said this. Like, how are you going through all these
Yeah,
negative?
it's like, oh man, all these people say I'm uh beautiful, but let's forget that and look at this one
One
negative one.
person. There's one person
Yeah.
saying, probably an old man who is in their 60s on their computer being a troll. Like,
Yeah, some boomer that's just
yeah,
angry.
something stupid like that. A boomer that knows how to use the internet, apparently. Knows how
The
to use
one boomer
TikTok.
that knows how to use.
The one boomer that gets on knows how to use TikTok that goes, oh, stupid, and that types that in. And then she's like, oh my God, crying. That can never be me. I'm telling you, if I had a reality TV show, it would not be as interesting. I'm telling you, I think
It
they
would
hyped
be it
it
would
up
be
on,
so boring because you
oh
would
yeah,
get stuff done and be successful and
and go on about my day. Like, I'd be like, let's read this comment. So, Jalen, yeah, you're dumb. You sound so stupid on your podcast. Wow. Okay, delete. Bye. Like, that's
yeah,
what's
it's
so great
like
about the delete button. You can just boom, block, like block the
yeah.
person.
You
I
know how many
know.
people I've blocked on Instagram
Oh my
that
God. How
just
many people?
because I don't like their posts a lot.
You've actually blocked people for real, like on Instagram?
Yeah, so there's this hashtag that I follow. It's like hashtag Blender, and it's a whole bunch of like CGI artists. I think they're
Yeah.
super cool. But then there's always people that post these like kind of weird and awkward Roblox CGI posts. Anytime I see it, I block them. So I have a huge list of just like Roblox artists that I've
Wait, hold
blocked.
on. I want to get on your phone right now. Go on Instagram and can I think does it give you a certain? I'm gonna see if it gives you a certain number of who you block. Like, hold on, I'm gonna look and see they give you like because I know there's a block list on here.
All right,
I'm gonna
this
see can
this
it give
might be
you
the
a number?
last thing we do because we're
Where are we at right
pretty
now?
close on time.
How long have we running? I thought we've been running for an hour.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
about an hour. That's what I'm just saying. We're close on time. How do I see my? God, now I feel like a
I don't think
boomer.
it gives you a number, but I only have 2 people blocked. Like, this is just 2 people. So this is my block list, guys, on Instagram. I don't block people. If I block you, it's because like you're
I
creepy.
don't even know where to find the people that I've blocked.
So go to your settings and
Mhm.
go underneath privacy, and then you can click on blocked accounts, and it can show you. It's very
Oh,
bottom.
here we go. Here we go.
Just don't worry about your scroll real fast. You don't have to show us, but just scroll to all the fans. Here's all the people I block. Just based off because I just don't like seeing their stuff. That is so funny, AJ. I'm dead. You just blocked me.
17 people.
Oh, it gives you a number? Oh, that's not bad.
No,
Okay.
I counted them, but I don't want to show them just in case, because maybe there's some people that are like, "Why'd you block me?"
Yeah, of
So I'm
course.
not going to do
If they're
that.
people,
But
if they're people we know, we probably shouldn't show them. But they're probably blocked for a reason because I agree. There are people that post stuff on Instagram that is just like I either block people because one, I don't like what you're posting. You're posting stuff that's very foul. I'm gonna block you, or I block you or mute you. I can mute people because you can mute people on Instagram or Snapchat.
yeah, I have a ton of people muted.
I bet you have me muted, AJ, because you don't like watching my stories. So I
Oh,
bet
100% I've muted you.
AJ
I've
definitely.
actually, you're actually one of the people I've blocked, like just completely.
Dead. I'm just like on the block list, and I just go later today. Oh, I can't go
Yeah,
to
I have you blocked on 2 accounts just to
two
make sure.
just so
No,
yeah, I can
just
but I'm just saying you can mute people's stories and stuff. So like one time I mute someone's stories, like if they're just posting too much. Like one thing that bothers me,
yeah.
I know we're trying to wrap it up, but the one thing overall that really bothers me what people post is babies. I love babies, but when you post every day about you being pregnant, you're like, my baby's 1 week old. Girl, be quiet. My baby is 1 week old. It's only been hard for 1 week. Chill out. Can you calm down? That's a
Just
whole
be
nother
happy
episode
for
I can
them.
talk about. But people just post too much. Like it just every week it's your child's birthday.
Sometimes they can.
That's a little overwhelming. You're like, okay, my baby's 2 weeks old, 3 weeks, and you're like, okay, we get it. Your baby's having a birthday. We get it. Like That's like a me if I posted every week when my birthday is. Like, hey guys, I'm 20 years and this week's old. Like, no one's gonna care how old I am at this point. I'm just saying, internet, let's get better, okay? Let's get better. Let's get better. All right,
Yeah,
guys.
let's just fix the internet.
We need to have I need a whole 360. I think the
We
internet.
need everyone in the internet just get together and have a meeting so that we can discuss the rules on how to cancel people before they get popular.
Yeah, properly. Wait, what was that one thing they did on the internet where they had it was one name. What was the guy's name? They all met up on Facebook. You don't remember that? They all had
The
the
Battle
same
of the Jakes, I think.
Battle of the Jakes. See, that's how we need
I
to
think-
meet, guys. Why can't it be that fun? Like, let's all meet people that are your name and just all meet up and be like, hey guys, we all share the same name.
Yeah, I'll find my dad.
I'm just saying, like, that would be like something that would be positive on the internet.
Yeah, no, but it is some. It's the internet has some really cool stuff like that. Too bad it gets drowned out by all the bad.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Trauma.
saying. It sucks. Everything gets drowned out by the
Yeah.
So, internet, let's get better, okay? Let's get better. Let's put more positive content out because that's why we make this podcast for positive enforcement. Alrighty. Okay, guys. Well, thank you guys for watching Tea Time, of course. So this has been Tea Time. Let's clink it. AJ, we always mess this up every time.
No. I found out that I'm inverted.
You're inverted, so do I need to go this way
Yeah.
too?
No. You're fine. You just go this way. But
Okay. Alrighty.
I hope this works.
This is gonna look dumb if we go in post.
No. It's gonna. The other ones look dumb anyway because they were wrong too.
They were. Did you fix it?
Yes. Hold on. Wait.
There you go. Wait,
Ready?
you're not using the thing.
Well, I am holding it. I can't hold it this way.
Oh, okay. The whole there. Oh, okay, that's awkward. Yeah, you're right.
All right. There's nothing in it. It's fine.
Clink. Imagine if you just